Huh? Huh?
Hey,
You're not
how
driving a
are
big
you?
rig and talking to me at the same time. Oh my goodness! Be careful. You're driving 60,000 tons of fun.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I'm light so far today.
Oh, you don't have any. You don't have any payload.
I have some candy in the front nose and I have mulch. So, but it's not a full load.
Do you know what you're hauling? Do you ever know what you're hauling?
Most of the time, we know. I was on the automotive, so I always knew it was car parts. But I switched over to Costco. Once in a while, I'll do like today. I'm doing a Walmart run, so it's whatever they might have a need for. I have candy and mulch today, so what a combination.
So does Costco know that you're cheating on them with Walmart?
Um, they probably don't care because they didn't have any loads for me today.
What are the challenges of being a big rig trucker on the open road in 2023?
The same challenges that they were like 35 and 40 years ago. A lot of people have driver's licenses that probably shouldn't.
You you see those Instagram reels and TikTok videos where somebody's got a dash cam, and
Yep,
you watch the other person just blindly turn in front of an oncoming semi,
yep.
uh, or run a red light or whatever. I mean, have you ever had any close calls? God forbid.
Always, every day. If you get less than 2 dozen, it's probably because you're close to a COVID shutdown pandemic because there's never an end to people's stupidity. They think that you can just stop 73 feet and 80,000 pounds like they can stop their car. And it just doesn't work that way.
Okay, so what's the deal on you're going down the 2-lane highway, right? And then the
Yep,
one truck in the right lane is doing like 62, but then the
yep.
other big rig decides to get in the left lane and pass the 62 mile per hour semi, but the guy in the left lane, he's doing 63. Now, I had heard once upon a time that's the guy on the left. He's checking out different things on the guy on the right's truck to make sure everything's ship shape, or he's just not in our. What is the real deal on why a semi passing another semi on the left doesn't do so quickly, and instead seems to almost make it a game of slowness?
Well, just for safety reasons, because back in the day it used to be considered, it was like the wild, wild west out on the roads. So when you drive for a company now, a lot of times the trucks are governed. So you're only allowed to go a max speed. So if somebody's an hour slower than somebody else, it might take somebody a while to get past them.
Shut up. Now, how a governor on a semi, so that's why the guy on the left can only go past the guy on the right like at a mile per hour faster, because there's a governor on it, a limiter?
Yeah. So like prime trucks, they're only governed down to like between 55 and 58. I have a max speed on the pedal of 62 to 63 miles an hour. When I'm in my cruise control, I have a max of 65, and I get an hour a day of a passing speed, which is a maximum of 67 miles an hour.
Who decided that you only can pass for an hour a day? That is fascinating.
Um, every company is different, but I guess it just keeps, actually, not only is it a safety issue, it's a fuel consumption issue. So I drive for a company, and it's a matter of them saving fuel.
As a percentage of the workforce, how many truckers are female?
When I first started back in 1989, almost none, and we were not accepted well. The company I'm with now is probably pushing 50%. So I would say that it's strongly 35 to 45% women easily.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wait, you started trucking in 1989. Were you some sort of child whiz kid genius? How did you get a license at 10?
Thank you. No, I just always knew when I was little I wanted to do it, and my dad always said, "Nah, you don't want to. I see those big trucks come in and at my work, and they're dirty, they stink, they don't shower, and we have access to free showers every day if we want them."
Do you regret the discontinuation, the disappearance of Stuckies with the pecan logs and the blue roofs?
I really never got into Stuckies much, but probably a
What
couple
about
times.
Hojo? Howard Johnson?
Oh yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because I just passed one yesterday, and I was like, wow, I didn't even think there were any of them out there, but it actually, I did pass one yesterday.
If you're just now joining us on Jason Carr Drive, brought to you by Ven Johnson Law, 855-VEN-FIGHTS. If you have been wrongfully injured, you need somebody in your corner, especially in the squared circle, the boxing ring, somebody who's going to fight with Detroit grit on behalf of you, and that person is Ven Johnson. His entire team is behind him, which means they're all behind you. You can't spell driven without Ven. If you're just joining us, this is Leigh Heim that's on the road and on the Facebook Live with me in real time as you're driving, but it should be noted your eyes are on the road for the most part. You've turned your dash cam around. Do you have a dash cam? And what is your opinion of how in Russia everybody has a dash cam because so many people try to defraud the situation and say that they were not at fault when in fact they were. So Russians are all driving around with dash cams. And I would assume not just limited to Russia, but would you recommend a dash cam for everybody every time they drive?
Yes. My company has them. A lot of the drivers don't like them. I think that they are a fantastic idea. Just because of the fact, as previously mentioned, you have so many stupid people on the road that cut in front of you. So I think that they are fantastic. They're forward facing at all times. So it's not like I have an invasion of my personal private time. I think actually the way that there's so many lawsuits involving big trucks, it used to be that if there was an accident involving a big truck, automatically the truck driver was at fault. It's not so much so that way anymore. That's just because of the fact of the use of the dash cam.
So I'm curious, if you had your choice, you could only pick one. Are you picking BJ McKay, and this is my best friend Bear? Are you picking Smokey and the Bandit, 1, 2, or 3? Are you picking Convoy with Chris Christopherson and was that Ally McGraw and C.W. McCall on the CB with the radio hits? Convoy. Are you picking Maximum Overdrive? How about that movie with Kurt Russell and what is it, Annabella Sciorra, where they're just a couple with a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and along comes J.T. Walsh as the evil trucker.
The crazy truck driver. That was kind of cheesy but good. It was cheesy, but it was good. But I like Smokey and the Bandit. As I told you last night, my real name's Sally, so it's got Sally Field in it. I just always liked the movie since I was young. So
what about Duel? Steven Spielberg's first real budget movie. It was made for TV, but then I think it got a limited theatrical release with Dennis Weaver, McLeod. He's in a Plymouth Valiant or a Dodge Dart or something like that. And he's being menaced by an unseen trucker throughout the movie. Ever see Duel?
I think that I have. Yeah, that was a pretty good movie. I'm not real great with titles, but when you start telling me what it's about, yeah, I do believe I've seen that one, and it was a pretty good movie.
Who's in the background who won't shut up? Is that your GPS?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Making sure I don't miss any turns.
I'm like, what's with the chatterbox? Did you? Oh, do truckers ever pick up? Do you ever see hitchhikers anymore, like back in the 70s, 60s, 70s?
No, not really.
Interstate 80 towards Interstate 80.
They, You might see them holding signs just more begging for money, really, than anything else. But you don't really see, they keep the hitchhikers off the interstates now.
So there's no Peter Fonda or Dennis Hopper with their, thumb outstretched or anything like. Hey Leigh, I'm gonna let you go so you can concentrate on your exit there. Thanks for joining us as always.
Thank you. Have a great day, Jason. Bye,
You
everybody.
too. Drive safe.
Thanks.